we're multi-sport watchers right now.
We're going to talk about that. We're going to talk about how you can honor your puppy that goes over the Rainbow Bridge.
Oh gosh, I'm going to cry already.
And, we might even talk about soccer. Apparently that's happening too.
Well, that is a sport. Yeah. We already mentioned sports.
Just wait.
Even when we got nothing to talk about, there's nowhere I'd rather be, 'cause there's something about you and me just sitting around talking Scheetz.
Oh, there's that song that you need to hear at least once a week. It makes you feel, you know what? It makes you feel like the world is an okay place.
I do. I'm thinking about our intro here. And last week we talked about how aging our dogs are and how they're getting old. And then you hit us with the cold open about crossing the Rainbow Bridge. We should start with a disclaimer and say that Chloe and Honey are fine.
It's your story, not mine.
Well, yes, but it doesn't. I just want to.
No, it's got nothing to do with our puppies.
Because I don't want the Scheetz heads care, and I don't want them to be listening to this episode thinking that, first off, if that was something that had happened, we wouldn't be recording this episode and we wouldn't be looking like this.
Yeah.
Let me just say, I have eyes on Honey right now. She's the most dedicated Scheetz head there is.
Is she breathing?
She's sleeping pretty deep, but she's good. She's good, and Chloe's good. This is a different story.
Okay.
But I just don't want to scare people.
Talking Scheetz this week brought to you by Crystal Glass. Crystal Glass, they've been servicing drivers, homeowners, and businesses across Western Canada for over 75 years. Mm-hmm. They do so many things in the community, and they find a way to sponsor this show to help it be, again, free for you. We talk about, we don't want to have to charge you. We know we could. We know you'd pay probably, what,
Thousands.
75, 80 cents a week? GoFundMe.
No,
I don't know. No.
Crystal Glass honors the community, and we are community members.
Exactly.
So they help us out.
They're honoring us. Thank you. Hey, don't forget to like, subscribe, comment on the platform that you enjoy Talking Scheetz on. It helps us grow and continue, again, to do what we do.
Yeah, please.
Shout out to the Scheetz head of the week. It would be Christine, who is a former neighbor of ours.
Ooh.
Yeah, when she lived with her parents, Joe and Judy Chafee, out near Grand River Valley Estates. Mm-hmm. And I saw her at the Devon Rock the Rink concert featuring Trooper and Captain Tractor, which was a great event as part of Devon Days. And they also did some things for Alberta Dreams. It was just a very successful event. And it's funny, I saw Christine at the beginning, and we go way back since I saw her smoking outside of their house in her house coat. But that's another story.
Yeah.
She probably wouldn't mind me mentioning that.
That she was wearing a house coat or smoking?
Well, she wasn't always wearing a house coat. Sometimes it was just lingerie.
Wow.
No, that's not true.
Jeez.
She's going to come and kill me now. We love her. She's a Scheetz head. When I was leaving the event, she whispered to me, "By the way, I'm a Scheetz head. I listen every week."
Why did she feel like she had to say it in secret?
I don't know. She was embarrassed. And I said, "Thanks a lot. Do you listen in your lingerie while you're smoking outside?"
Oh my gosh.
I didn't say that.
No,
but
I
she
hope
did.
not.
She did used to have a puff or two outside on the deck.
Hey.
Which is fine. I mean,
a little something to take the edge off.
Living next to us was probably something
probably
that
not
was needed.
easy.
All right. Well, we love you, Christine. Okay, perfect. By the way, sit down and get ready for the longest episode we've ever done. We have got nothing but time today to make this episode go long. And the reason I'm saying that is because another Scheetz head, my daughter-in-law, as we were coming down the stairs to come into the furnace room studio, which will be no longer very soon. Keep listening for that.
Stand by. If you're watching this on YouTube, take in the last of this less than stellar aesthetic view, because you know what? We're upgrading. It's happening.
And when it happens, when it hits, it's going to hit. But she coming down the stairs, she's like, "And Chris, I've been catching up on the podcast. Don't always say we're in a hurry and this is going to be short, because that makes me feel like you don't want to be there."
Yeah, it makes the Scheetz heads feel like we don't care about them when we really care about them so much.
So much.
We just have no time ever. And should we tell them what time it is right now?
No.
Okay.
Let them guess.
Let's just say
it's almost the witching hour.
It's almost the middle of the night. But hey, you know what? We're here. We're happy to be here. Take as long as we need to. Good luck to Grandma upstairs with the toddler.
That's her issue, not ours. Fortunately, Bullshits. Well, I was, again, going to get off track here and talk about your daughter not pooping for 4 days, but
Well,
that the dam has been burst. And so I'm sure that Grandma's dealing with that.
yeah. Well, she already had to today, but you know what? I've been dealing with it enough. I actually didn't write that as my bullshits, but that might be the ultimate bullshits.
Yeah, use it as your bullshits.
Okay, so
it's brought
stand
to you by Cook County Saloon and Steakhouse. Again, we love the folks at Cook. Saw Casey Casey and his dad Barry originally started the club. Casey's basically running it now, and boy, are they running it well. And they've got a bunch of really cool events that are happening. Always at Cook County Saloon, and the Steakhouse is fantastic. All right, Leona decided not to poop for 3 or 4 days, and we think that there's something tied to
potty training. And that is it's not my bullshits. Leona is, how old is she?
22 months, literally in like a day or two.
Okay, so 22 months old. She is probably not maybe emotionally ready for potty training, but she has been showing all the signs, and that's what they say to look for.
She doesn't enjoy having a diaper full.
She really doesn't like it.
Yeah, and who does?
She doesn't like having stuff in her diaper. She doesn't really like doing stuff in the potty either, and there's not really a great third option. So we're
it's
just
like dying. It's like after you die, it's like cremate. Oh, here go.
Mortality moment.
It's like a cremation or burial. Neither of them are ideal.
Yeah,
it's the same thing with this situation. She doesn't want to go in the potty.
No.
She doesn't want to go in her diaper.
No.
So the answer is to just let her go bare bummed and just go wherever she needs to go.
Well, we're sort of easing into potty training, and honestly, a lot of parenting things I read about, I look for best practices. I'm trying my best. We just kind of, this one day she was having such a hard time with having stuff in her diaper that I was like, you know what, we're starting right now. And that was this past weekend. We were just like, okay, we don't have a lot of plans. We'll just see what happens. And I've always heard that you just put nothing on them from the bottom. Like they're Winnie the Pooh in it out here. And that's the best way.
Or Daisy Duck or whatever. Yeah.
Which she loves Daisy. So maybe we should go with that analogy for sure. And it went okay. She was doing okay. We weren't dealing with number 2s yet, because she was holding those in.
Yeah.
We were just dealing with number 1s, and there was a few accidents on the floor, and she was like, oh. But we handled it okay. And so we're like, you know what? We're making some progress here. It's going okay. And then we realized that the entire time we've been doing this semi-training, she had not been going number 2 at all, anywhere. And then we're like, okay, let's put the diaper back on, because that's not good. 2 more days, nothing. Okay. We got some problems here. We're going on 4 days. And the weirdest thing is that she was completely fine.
Yeah, it wasn't like owie tummy or nothing. And she was eating like a Scheetz.
Drinking like a Scheetz, the whole thing. Yeah. And happy as a clam, but not going to the washroom.
Yeah.
So much so that I contacted our doctor, and she said, all right, if she hasn't pooped, call me tomorrow. Like by the morning. Okay, let's get through this. Let's do it. The last thing I want is for her to have to go to emergency and go through all those things. We're doing all of the things. We're doing the tummy massages. I'm looking them up. The I love you tummy massages. She could not have had more prune pouches and prune juice. She was down in it. Just basically she was just a little human prune. Warm baths. We tried those. Nothing. And then when the dam burst, did it ever.
Boy.
And we're dealing with the repercussions now. So I don't know where we go from here in terms of potty training, because we were on track for a couple days and then we just were off track. If anyone truly Scheetz heads, my bullshits is really about Scheetz itself. Yeah. And if you guys have any advice, I know lots of you have potty trained a toddler or 2 in your time. They say that the earlier you do it, the easier it is, because they don't develop the same strong will. They develop that later on, but they haven't met my daughter. No. I think she came out with strong will.
Renato claims in the old days, kids would get potty trained at like 1 because they didn't have diapers. So they figured it out early, right?
No, it's like big diaper.
Oh, yeah, big diaper.
Huggies.
Big diaper encourages you to not train them until they're like 5
until
or whatever.
They're ready. It says just wait until they're ready.
Yeah.
If that's 6 or 7 years old, it's cool. Just buy more diapers. No, but that's actually a fact. That's not just a conspiracy theory. Yeah. I think the official stat was by 18 months, like in the 50s, 90% of kids are potty trained. Yeah. So Leona's not far off. She's like 4 months older. But sometimes kids don't get potty trained until what, like 3 now?
But I think it does depend on the kid. Like I'm not here to be some holier than thou mother that's like, my kid's gonna be potty trained by 2. No, the only reason that we're in this place is because
she doesn't like what's going on.
It's stressing her out. Yeah. So we're trying to find the least stressful option for her to poop. We haven't found it yet because holding it for 4 days caused me a lot of stress. Yeah. I don't know.
Yeah. Well, we didn't use a lot of diapers with you because the box said good for 20 pounds. So I'd wait till you had 20 pounds worth in there, and then I'd change the diaper. There you go. Dad joke.
Anyway, Bull Scheetz, potty training, that whole journey has been a little bit of a rocky start for us. I think I'm going to spend this weekend doing some actual research and see what we can
I would
find
say
out.
so far potty training has been rather shitty.
It's been shitty and a little pissy.
Yeah. A little bit of both. My Bull Scheetz, this is going to be controversial, especially in this room.
Oh, God. Haven't they been lately?
I know. I don't know why. I'm trying to kick up a little bit of dust here, but here I go.
Okay.
With the World Cup happening, soccer fans think they're better than everyone else.
Oh.
Have you ever noticed that, Bailey?
I thought that this was going to be an attack on me.
No, it's not. It's an attack on others, maybe in this room and others. They feel like they're elite sports fans. The way they talk about soccer and talk down to the rest of us that aren't huge fans and followers is rather annoying.
I would say, when you say soccer fans, though, are you just specifically talking about your son-in-law?
No,
because
no. I've got I work with one, Anthony.
Okay.
But he's from England.
Okay,
And
well,
it
that's
could-
real.
It could be the accent too. But I don't know. I just these maybe just these couple that are in my life. But I feel like they feel like they're superior sports fans because they know that blah 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 Ronaldo plays for blah 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 Alfenstein
I don't
or whatever.
I don't feel that way. I feel like every sports fan is that way in a little bit, no matter what sport you're
So
really
would I
into.
come across that way with hockey?
Yes,
You think?
yes.
I come
To
across
people that don't follow or watch
like
hockey.
I talk down to them like they're like have lower intellect.
Well, I'm just thinking about any time anyone has ever said Evan Bouchard isn't that good to you. You do
Okay.
get a little holier than thou
Well, no, but yeah, I say you're wrong.
and crazy and don't know anything and are stupid, which is true. It's true for the record. But I think that everybody thinks that they are the biggest fan of whatever they're a fan
But
of.
I don't know. They just they there's something
Do you
about the
feel
way they
left
talk.
out? Do you feel left out
And
of the
maybe
World
that
Cup hype?
maybe that's I love it. Like I am pumped. I'm excited. I'm wearing an Alberta soccer thing here, right?
Yeah, we love soccer. You were my soccer coach.
I was a soccer coach for heaven's sakes. Yeah,
You were the Ted Lasso before Ted Lasso.
I was. I was. Yeah. What's the famous Ted Lasso line?
Which one?
Football is life.
Football is life.
Well, I'll let this elitist in the room respond.
He's got his Soccer Canada hat on. He's so pumped up. He's vibrating from
And
the
he's
World
going,
Cup.
yeah, he's going to the World Cup. By the time you hear this, he's going to be on his way to Vancouver, and he will be with his people, and they will all go, yeah, the people that aren't here are not really soccer fans because they don't know that. I don't know who.
I don't know.
Well, I like to think I'm quite inclusive. If anybody wants to, get on board and watch the World Cup, that's the more the merrier. I think with the people that you do experience, if you interpret it as elitism, I think they're just shocked that like North America is still the one place in the world where soccer is not by far the biggest sport.
Like your mother-in-law, my wife, Care, said today. How did she say? She says, I think this soccer thing is a pretty big deal.
No, I think the World Cup's kind of big.
Yeah, and that's an understatement. Like,
Yes, it's the World
It is an
Cup.
understatement.
It's the World Cup.
Yeah.
like more people will watch the World Cup than
Yeah.
watch the Stanley Cup Finals this year, and that's maybe because of the teams in it. But
No.
like it'll be not even close.
I heard a rumor. I don't know if this is right, but more people will watch the World Cup than will watch our show on YouTube this week.
If we could get one millionth of the World Cup hype for Talking Sheets on YouTube, that would be very nice.
Maybe it's my jealousy. That could be it.
You're jealous of the World Cup.
Yeah, I'm just jealous of their views.
They do get a lot of views. I think soccer is a very inclusive sport. It's cheaper to play.
I do,
It's
too.
easy to understand. Hockey has so many intricacies in the rules. I worked for a professional hockey team for years, and there are still times where I'm like, is that goalie interference? The rules are so obscure and you don't know. The offside stuff with the possession and carrying the puck. Soccer is very simple to understand, and it's the world sport.
But
feel
you
like
did see when Braden McNabb, was it, that got hit with a puck right in the face and came back and played? Soccer players don't necessarily do that.
Hey,
either.
I'm not saying soccer is better than hockey. I'm just saying I think soccer fans are pretty chill.
I'm sorry. I'm just trying to get the guy going.
I know he came in wanting to fire. You can't bring him down right now. He's a week away from the World Cup.
Chris, the World Cup is happening. This is something that happens once every 4 years. It's also happening for the first time
in
ever
Canada
on Canadian soil.
And today Canada
there's nothing you can say that can bring me down
point
right now.
ever in the World Cup.
They did.
I know. I was just seeing if I could poke the bear a little bit.
You're not wrong. Like, there is diving in soccer.
Yeah.
There's diving in every sport. Now, have you watched the NBA finals recently? Or
we'll talk about that.
In NHL, they dive a lot.
Mm-hmm.
But soccer players play injured more than you would think.
Mm-hmm.
People don't realize, people who aren't soccer fans don't realize how actually physical and brutal of a sport it is.
Mm-hmm.
As like, I broke my leg playing soccer. Like, it's
He loves to bring that one up.
He broke his leg riding his bike on the way to soccer. And then he got there and he laid down and...
I don't tell people that part of the story.
Good Sheets brought to you by Alltech. There's a big difference between fixing computers and building secure, scalable businesses. Alltech delivers real IT solutions, not just support. Learn more at
alt-tech.ca.
Okay, go.
All right.
Good Sheets.
My Good Sheets is the vibes of our neighborhood and just having a nice community where neighbors want to do and create fun experiences for other neighbors. So we went for a walk recently and the rain had finally cleared and we were like, oh, finally we can go for an evening walk. We tossed Leona in the stroller. She hadn't had her dinner yet, but we were like, the sun's out. We have to go because it'd been raining for like 6 days in a row and we hadn't been able to get our outside walk. So we get Honey strapped up. We get Leona in her stroller. Leona was not happy. She was like, nah, get me out. She was hungry. She's also at an age, could be a bullshits, where she wants to walk herself everywhere.
Always.
But then it takes to go around the block 2 hours. So I'm like, no, I really want to get a good walk in. Honey needs a good walk here. Let's go. So she's just as she's getting to a point where I'm like, she's so fussy. We need to turn around here. We look to the left and one of our neighbors down the street had a bin and it said free balloon animals. And they had a bin full of different balloon animals. So obviously someone in the house was practicing making balloon animals and was like, what are we going to do with these?
Yeah.
Imagine you have a fussy toddler and just at the moment when you need it the most, a balloon animal appears. Quite possibly the best thing that we could have found in that moment. She gets to pick one. I let her pick one. She picks an orange dog balloon animal. The rest of the walk, having the time of her life. Whee! She's got her balloon animal in the air. I'm like, this is so serendipitous. This feels magical. And on the exact same walk, we're walking down the block further, and there's a bin of toys that wasn't there before. And I'm going to actually cry thinking about it, but it was like this treasure chest. And on top of it, it says Jinx's Toy Library, and it has a photo of a very, very cute dog who looked quite old and a bunch of used toys inside. So my assumption is that Jinx had passed, and the neighbor thought, we should give these away to other dogs. So Honey got to go in and Honey selected a toy of Jinx's from Jinx's library and it's now her very favorite toy. So I want to take a photo of her with it and print it out and put it in the library so that they can see that another dog got to play with it. So RIP to Jinx. You were a good dog for sure, but such a sweet thing to do. And what a nice way to pass along the joy that your dog had and that your dog brought you. It was just really a magical walk.
What a great idea.
Yeah.
And much better than how I did when our Lacey passed. Again, we went, of course, she was at the Devon Vet Clinic and, one thing led to another and it was time for Lacey to cross the Rainbow Bridge. I came home and her dog bed was there and all of her toys were there and her leash was there. And
the thing about a dog is there's just, they make prints everywhere in your house, right?
Sure.
Like there's just, their stuff is everywhere.
So I grabbed all of that stuff. I remember stuffing it on the dog bed, taking it to the outside fire pit, and boom, burning it.
Just lighting it on fire. Before any of us really had a chance to, we probably would have liked to keep some of it. We could have given something to our future dogs.
We
like,
didn't
that would
think
have been
we were
nice.
going to have dogs.
That's true.
For the record.
In that moment, we were like, no, our soul dog has passed. Yeah,
I was
so,
so devastated, and I literally came home and just burnt it all. I should have made a Lacey
toy library. It was the nicest thing It was so sweet. And it had pictures of Jinx and all these nice toys. And Honey loves that toy. And I think about Jinx, who I didn't even know, every day when she plays with that toy. So it's really special. Yeah, you don't burn things. That's thought. You were like a scorned high school lover, burning the memories.
I know
We were
bad.
all a bit dramatic. I mean, it was a tough time.
It was so
for
bad.
sure.
Yes,
but that's my good Scheetz is just so many special things around the neighborhood. I couldn't believe it. It was a very magical walk, and the balloon animal kept us going for probably a good 3 or 4K. It was so nice.
This got me thinking, what would be in your own toy library? Like when you die, like, what would you want to leave?
Wow.
Wait, what would you want
you're
to leave?
having a moment, are you?
Producer Renato's mortality moment.
Yeah, but like, what would you want to put on your front lawn for your neighbors to take?
Well, my version of that is that I had a 9-pound baby and now none of my beautiful curated clothes fit me. So I've passed my clothing on to various friends and family of mine so that they can get a new life with the clothes that are a size or two too small for me.
Bailey's clothes library.
Yeah, my clothes library that I'm still in mourning. I'm still in mourning for my previous rib cage and hips that were a few inches smaller.
I wonder what would. Yeah, I don't know what I would leave out in my.
You don't
toy
have a lot
library.
of possessions that you're passionate about.
No.
Snacks?
The Diet Cokes he hadn't drank.
Which will be the reason I die.
A couple different snacks, maybe.
But that's another story for sure. Okay.
Can of beans.
All right. My good Scheetz is kind of on the death train too.
Oh, good.
World War II.
Oh,
How is this possibly a good Scheetz?
let's see how he spins this one.
There's a documentary right now hosted by the great Tom Hanks. And I'm watching this thing and I am just soaking it all in. I loved history in school, but I don't remember it. I mean, I knew who the bad guys were and I knew who the good guys were and I knew how it all ended up because we're speaking English. But I'm watching it and it is just, it's horrifying that something like that happened. And, they did the math on how many people had died and it was just crazy. But just I think it's so important to watch and learn. And I just highly recommend watching it. And Tom Hanks has, of course, got this incredible voice. I mean, if he's not Woody, he's voicing this.
That's true, and that's who we hear. That's mostly what we hear of Tom Hanks in our house.
You hear Toy Story, and I'm just at the other end watching World War II documentaries.
You've become World War II documentary age. Like that's leading into Father's Day here.
Yeah.
Like that is so dad move of you to be
I just
passionate.
can't.
You've never been a historian in that way.
No. But I'm trying to wrap my brain around it. Again, 1940s, right?
Yeah.
I mean, the communication's not like now. You obviously didn't have social media. You kind of had your 1 or 2 television stations, and anyway, you get this news, and then somehow you, as a young man, they tell you, okay, you're going over to to fight in Normandy, and you're going to stand up for the good guys, and you'd be like, what's going on here? And okay, I'm going, and all of these men, typically men, would be sacrificed really by their families, and away they'd go, and it was just. But anyway, watching it, just I think it's really important. So just as important. So hopefully we don't repeat history, so to speak. And sometimes you wonder, if we're not going down that road. But
You're learning a lot.
World War II documentary.
You should have paid more attention in school, but you're paying attention now.
Yeah,
That's fair.
very true. Okay. Trending brought to you by Londonderry Dodge. We love Londonderry Dodge. We love the vehicles that they allow us to drive. It is absolutely just a real treat and blessing.
The van. We all were in the van today. We have to talk about it just because it's like, for all of us to pack up and get in somewhere and be comfortable is crazy. Yeah. At one point, Renato said, my back is sore. And then he just adjusted the seat and extended it back. It was so good. And our Jeep Compass Trailhawk is just, again, I say it all the time, but it's an all-season, all-weather, all-family vehicle. It's perfect.
Okay. I've already talked about the World Cup, but of course the World Cup is definitely the biggest story right now. And in all seriousness, I am thrilled. I wished it would have come to Edmonton. But, of course, it went to Toronto. And again, it's a giant city, and I get it. But it would have been great to see it here at Commonwealth. Of course, they had that friendly game when it rained 7 inches. But anyway, go, Canada, go. And our buddy Renato, producer to the Stars, is going to be going to the game when Canada plays Qatar, Vancouver, on Thursday.
Yeah. I wonder if we're going to, I don't know how the podcast next week's going to work. Either you'll fill us in after, or maybe we'll call you from there. We'll see. We'll see what happens. But
maybe I could do some live streaming on Instagram or something on the official Talking Scheetz account.
He just wants to be on it so bad. He's always like, well, I could do that. Like he wants to be on the Instagram.
I got no problem with that. It's just go on there and explain soccer to all of us dullards.
and develop an accent or something.
So,
What are you most excited for taking it all in? Because I know that you're really, really excited.
I think what I'm most excited for is just being in that atmosphere with
Will
all the
you
other
cry?
fans. I don't know. It's possible.
I think you'll
It's
cry.
always possible.
It's always
I think
possible.
you'll
I mean,
cry.
I cry a lot, so
Yeah.
I'm never that far away from crying. But no, I just think like being amongst other Canadian fans from all across the country, like it's a very unifying
That I
event,
love.
right?
Yeah.
Like,
That I love.
and that's what I love about the World Cup in general, right? You have people not only cheering for Canada, but for like their homelands, if they're immigrants, or their heritage, right? Like if Italy was in the World Cup, which they didn't qualify for, I would still be cheering for them too. But like, yeah, just going there. I'm going with some good friends. I'll get to see my best friend who's there with his dad, who I haven't seen for a long time. Just that community, I think, is what's special. Really, it's a sport that brings people together, and I just can't wait.
And getting to see Canada play in Canada is just so wild.
Yeah, and maybe I'll get to see the first Canada victory at the World Cup.
Because
So
the
fingers
next game they
crossed.
play is the game you're going to be at.
Yeah, the next game, their second of 3 group stage matches will be the one I see. So, and they will have a good chance. Qatar is, in some ways, probably an easier opponent than Bosnia was. They're maybe worse defensively, maybe have a better counterattack, and I won't go into any
This
more
is
please,
this
details
is exactly what he doesn't want to
before
hear.
Chris cuts me off and cuts my mic off for the rest of the episode.
This is how Dad talks about hockey too.
Yeah,
So-
absolutely. I'm excited again just to be amongst. They call the Canadians fans the voyageurs, right?
Yes. And I remember we went to that soccer game when
Yeah.
Renato spent most of the time
In the gift shop.
in the gift shop.
You
But the
exaggerate.
Voyageurs were across the way, and they were so entertaining.
They go hard.
And I saw again Toronto. They were going down the streets and they're blowing off this. It looks like tear gas, but it's all colored stuff that they're blowing off, and it really is incredible. And I love the singing and everything. I'd love to be going too, but I didn't get asked because apparently I'm not Renato's best friend.
Yeah, I guess I know when he says my best friend is going to be there. I'm like, I'm actually not. I'm going to be at home taking care of your
My
toddler.
best male friend. Best friend is a tier, not a person.
okay.
But did you see in Toronto today, like because the stadium's like downtown, they had like closed all the roads and all the Canadian fans, like
they walked
thousands
it.
were just walking there. That's amazing. I'm going to do that in Vancouver.
Yeah. Even
sorry.
if they don't close it, do it.
Just walk down the street, walk down the highway.
Okay.
I'll
Hey,
try.
speaking of streets trending, real quick, an update from last week's episode when I talked about the intersection of Garden Valley Road and Highway 60, southwest of town, very near our home. No inroads yet. I heard from a lot of people who agreed about the treacherous road because there's no left-hand turn lane there. I won't. There was somebody that would be in the know who's very experienced in accidents in that area, who told me that, it's mind-blowing to him personally that there's not a left-hand turn lane there. He says, again, in his experience, there's been so many collisions. I have tried to call the MLA for the area, who's my MLA twice. Happen to have his personal number.
No big deal.
No callback.
Yeah,
So
you might not have his number for long.
he might have blocked me. I didn't say why I was calling. I just said, hey, friend. I won't say who it is, but you can probably do the math.
Yeah, I was going to say, if they know, you just said where you live.
But anyway, very busy. I mean, very busy doing the job. But
We have gotten a lot of comments. I remember you saying, we need to post this. People are going to care. I'm like, it seems very specific, but then people care about that intersection.
yeah.
It's a bad one.
And then there's another one. I mean, they're all over. But you come out of the city on the west, and you come down Highway 16 towards 16A towards Spruce Grove. And there's a new area when you get you feel like you're out of the city past 215th Street. And there's a left-hand turn there, and there's no lights. And it's traffic backs up. There's I swear, 100 vehicles in that lane waiting to turn, wait for traffic to be open there. And I hate lights. Lights are a pain in the butt. But honestly, how can there not be a light there tomorrow?
I don't know if every episode we need to have a traffic woe. I think the ones that are very
I know, I'm sorry.
The ones that are very harmful and
Yes.
I understand that, but we can't just have your grievance your grievance with one intersection. We can't have
Hey, I got two now.
we can't have Chris's intersection hour on this show. I understand if it's saving lives, but if it's just it sucks waiting here.
No. It's not about waiting. I never have to wait. I'm not making that left-hand turn. But all of these vehicles are lined up trying to make it, and they're all got a risk to get across.
Yeah.
I don't know. I don't
Okay.
I
okay.
don't
well,
understand.
We'll see what intersection he brings up next week.
I'm sorry. That's why I got a podcast.
That's why. Okay, wait. Actually, I don't even know if I screenshotted this. This is such a detour.
Yeah.
Oh, I saw a post today. Here it is. I meant to bring this up. If men suffer in silence, why do they have so many podcasts? It made me laugh. And it made me think about you.
Okay.
You've never suffered in silence in your life.
No, I'm sorry. Sheetz heads, I'm sorry. But both of those intersections are deadly. Like, it's all about life and death in those intersections. So I'm like...
I understand. I thought you meant like, I don't want to wait.
We're not a third world country here. Like, just put traffic lights up there. Like, anyway. Or put a left-hand signal there. Just, there's people there that we don't want to die. So, okay, I'm done. Green Drop. Shout out to Green Drop. They're our good friends. Jamie and the great folks at Green Drop. Of course, it's that time of year. You guys have used a lot of Green Drop in North
over the
Benora.
years, and we talked about how our lawn is bad this year. Green Drop hasn't come out yet, so that could be the reason.
I think they're coming.
Okay,
and they're going to do a job here at our place. We talked about our grass not growing as well, so
they're going to fix us right up.
Yeah,
you know what? One thing about us, and I shouldn't say that you shouldn't complain, because we complain about something, and then we hear from someone, and maybe it gets fixed. It's not a bad thing.
Well, hopefully the intersections work like Green Drop.
Yeah, I hope so.
Do yourself a favor, again, if you're looking for any kind of... And the Buzz Boss, they, of course, can handle your mosquitoes and rodents. They've got rodent traps that they'll put up and all sorts of things. They've got every answer for your yard. So Green Drop, check them out. Proudly sponsoring Talking Scheetz. I am hoping by the time this episode hits the airwaves, I don't know if they're airwaves, but the
pod waves.
They're the pod waves. Jordan Martinook from Leduc and the Carolina Hurricanes have won the Stanley Cup. I don't want to jinx it, but we're recording this on Friday night. There's another game on Sunday night, and if they win it, they're going to win the Cup. And you're like, Chris, the Carolina Hurricanes beat the Edmonton Oilers in 2006.
Yeah.
I know that.
My therapist is still hearing about it.
But I have told the story. I don't know if I've told it on the podcast, but the coach of the Carolina Hurricanes now is a guy named Rod the Bod Brindamore. And he is quite the guy.
And he was playing for
the Carolina Hurricanes the year they beat the Oilers.
I'll never forget it.
This is such a humble brag, but I was there for Game 7, and I was doing my show on Kissin' Country in the afternoon in the arena, and it was pitch dark. This was long before anybody was there, and I saw this shadow of a person sitting on the Carolina Hurricane bench. And I said to the guy that was up there from the Hurricanes or whatever, I said, hey, who do you think is down there? And he said, oh, it's Rod Brindamore. And he was the captain of the team at the time, not the coach. And he was there like 4 hours early, sitting on the bench, staring into the darkness. And I thought to myself, I don't think that's a good thing for the Oilers.
No.
And it wasn't.
No.
And anyway, the point being, this guy is driven. They've had a really good hockey team for a number of years. It's their time, and our friend Jordan Martinook from Leduc, the best chance for us to touch the Stanley Cup.
Come on.
You know what? And maybe even get him on the pod.
I mean, we need a Stanley Cup champ on the pod. I have a good feeling about it.
Okay, let's hope it happened.
It is my turn to humble brag.
Yeah.
Because I actually have some Carolina Hurricanes lore as well.
Oh.
This past season, this is very recent. Speaking of Brindamore, when I was working for the Oilers, I worked basically by the rink all the time.
Yeah.
And Jordy, because we know him, was practicing. So I went up to go visit some family and friends and watch Hurricanes practice. Normally, I was only ever at Oilers practice, but the visiting team practices right after the Oilers. So I was already at the rink. I was like, okay, that team, that coach was pushing them so hard. The practice was so fast paced. It was like they were training for the Stanley Cup at the time, like the Stanley Cup Final.
And this was
and it was just in the middle of the season.
Yeah.
Like it was in January. February, I think.
Yeah.
And I watched that practice and how that team worked together and did those drills. And I, being the diehard Oiler fan I am, thought, I hope we don't play them in the final. and legitimately, because it was so... You could just tell that was a very special group. You could tell from their practice how much chemistry they all had and how Rod was running, or like just running the show. I'm not surprised that they are where they are, and I hope that when this podcast is released, we are correct and they are the Stanley Cup champs.
Because as much as we love Jordan and Jordy, as or Marty Man, whatever you want to call him, we hate the Vegas Golden Knights too.
So much.
So it's like
so much.
It's just like literally, I'm cheering like I'm cheering for the Oilers. It's
Just
crazy.
keep scoring.
Go boys, go! Hopefully they won it. And then the New York Knicks, of course, they might have won the NBA championship by now.
So hard to talk about sports when we record 2 days before it comes out.
But anyway, we can talk about the game that was.
Yeah.
When they were down by almost 30 points, I left, went outside, did some work, came back for the last 4 minutes. And that's the great thing about basketball.
Oh.
You really only need to watch the last few minutes.
The last 8 seconds sometimes.
Yeah.
Like really. And the
Yeah.
last 8 seconds can last 45 minutes of real time.
Well, the mind-blowing part is it'll be like, all right, we're down to 5 seconds. If the San Antonio Spurs score a basket, they win the game and the series is tied or whatever. And then they go to a commercial break and then you got to watch a toilet paper commercial.
Yeah.
And you're like, okay, I understand why this is good for the toilet paper commercial
Really
people,
good.
the toilet paper people.
Yeah.
But it's not, what a way to change the flow. Like, it's crazy how they just keep taking commercial after commercial.
And it gives the teams time to rest. It's a very interesting thing overall.
Yeah.
But that game was crazy. We went outside for a walk. This was not the Jinx walk, but a different walk. And before the walk, I checked the score and I thought, oh, okay, well, there's no rush back because obviously the Spurs are going to win this game. So that is what it is. We'll check in on the next one. And then by the time we got back, my phone was blown up when we got back from the walk of people being like, are you watching this?
And who wasn't watching it? Like all of these stars, including
Taylor Swift.
In
her Stevie Nicks shirt.
Which she was cheering like it was literally the best night of her life.
Yeah.
And apparently she was doing the same thing for the Cavaliers.
Okay.
Or what's going on?
Let me set the record straight. Because
that's what I saw on the internet.
Travis Kelce is a giant Cavs fan.
Okay.
Really, really big. She went to the game with him. She was not wearing a Cavaliers jersey.
Okay.
And she was shown kind of making fun of him a little bit when they were losing the game.
Okay.
She was cheering with him. Like, she was trying to support her man who was going through it because the Knicks had won and he was devastated, but she was laughing at him.
Okay.
And so I think that this was, you know what, babe, your team's out, my team won. I'm going to go out with the girls and watch the Knicks because she has been known to go to Knicks games since 2014. She did a practice with them at one point where she took photos and do I think Taylor Swift is the biggest sports fan? Well, now she is because her life has changed drastically. But she just wants to have a good time. She lives in New York.
She lives in New York?
She has a home in New York. Okay. Taylor Swift lives wherever she wants to live. But she's welcome to New York. Her entire 1989 album is about how much she loves New York. She's a New York gal.
Okay.
And she had so much fun with the Haim sisters and they were all partying it up. But the Stevie Nicks shirt with the K-I-N, I thought that was so funny.
Yeah.
And Taylor Swift, I saw a tweet that said, I don't really like her, but she's certainly not boring. She's always having a good time.
She is. No, I love her. I don't care. I just saw that.
I mean,
there's always controversy, right? Like people try to dig stuff up just because they're not happy with their own lives.
And she's already taken over the NFL and then she had taken over the NBA as well. So the men were mad. The men were like, she's already all over our NFL. So sorry if you don't want to see Taylor Swift having a good time.
Yeah.
Couldn't be me.
I enjoy watching women have a good time.
Exactly.
I don't know why that would ever bother you as a man.
No, she's drinking her vodka cran and partying and looking so cute. Come on.
Exactly.
Anyway.
All right. Okay, go Knicks, go. Go Hurricanes, go. I would say. Yeah.
What a weird timeline we're living in.
The Knicks haven't, and again, it's not typical. I don't typically cheer for New York teams like the New York Yankees. But the Knicks haven't won in 53 years. I'm 54. That's a long time.
Yeah, that's pretty crazy.
I'm 55, sorry.
Yeah, I was just going to say.
I got to correct that because now your mom watching it will say, you're 55.
She'll be, people think you're going crazy.
Going crazy?
Yeah, you might be.
We went to Mother Dough Bread Co. today.
Oh, of course we did.
But we went there because it's funny. My role has changed. I was the chauffeur. I was the Uber driver for my daughter who was doing a influencer campaign for Mother Dough. And she's like, Dad, I might need you just to kind of do a couple of things for me. I'm like, what? I never used my kids to better or, further my career. Yeah. This is complete BS.
And you're not still doing that right now. There's no way you conveniently picked your co-host daughter that could edit and post and do all the technical things in this podcast. But you were a good sport.
I was a great sport. Hey, that's because I got a BLT.
We've got some exciting Mother Dough Bread Co. Father's Day content coming out.
Yeah.
When this podcast comes out, it'll be coming out the same day. So yeah, it's good stuff. We love Mother Dough Bread Co. Their big push for Father's Day is that buy your dad a gift card. to Mother Doe, and then he can decide what he wants.
That sounds like a lot better than some of the other stuff I've got for Father's Day.
Well, no, that's exactly it. The running joke is that Father's Day gifts suck, and it's because dads don't tell you what they want. They don't really like things, but something edible and delicious, you can't go wrong.
Remember when I got the log splitter for Father's Day?
And then you were so grumpy.
Well, I'm like, hey, just get me a bunch of split cord. Don't give me a make work project.
We were just trying to help.
But I did like it after.
You don't receive gifts. I'm very interested to see, this is a total tangent, but we have an interesting Father's Day gift coming to you that will definitely be maybe unboxing or talking about on this podcast, and it'll be interesting to see how it goes, because you could hate it or you could like it. We'll see. But Mother Doe Bread Co., a gift card is just the easiest way to celebrate your dad. I also got the Very Berry Green Tea Lemonade, of course. We had some Scheetz heads in our comments and in our DMs say, hey, we went to Mother Doe, we asked for Bailey's drink, and they didn't know what we meant.
Okay, keep asking for it.
Yeah, now we just got to make it a movement, because I think we had 3 or 4 messages. So
keep asking for it. Bailey's Very Berry Green Tea Lemonade refresher.
It's the best.
You had one today. And your mom had a
caramel latte. She said it was one of the best she's ever had.
It was better than the place where
S-Bucks
we've been known to go before.
Every once in a while, but not anymore.
No.
Also, 2 can dine for $29.99 on Tuesdays and Wednesdays at Mother Doe. I've just have all these things written down. You can get 2 sandwiches, 2 cookies, which I had a cookie today too, and they were so good.
Yeah.
And 2 chips for $29.99.
And not to mention my granddaughter, she woofed down a cinnamon bun, because I got the Freezing Brothers cinnamon buns, and she got the one with the icing on it. And what did she tell you?
She said, well, because Mom was trying to get her to take a bite of it, but she was just licking off the top of the icing, and she said, no, Gigi, this first. And she was right. She licked off all the icing.
Well, she was using her plastic knife to do it, too.
So she was licking off all the icing, and then she horked down the cinnamon bun. Like, she was right. She was like, no, this first, then the cinnamon bun. So I don't know how you guys eat your cinnamon buns, but she goes icing first. We found out.
And the good news is, based on her bowel movements, we'll see that cinnamon bun again in at least a week.
I was thinking when she was eating that, I'm like, I don't know if that has a lot of fiber in it, but it's so good. It doesn't matter.
How long have we gone?
It's hard to say.
Yeah?
42 minutes.
Okay. You know what? I hope this is enough time for my daughter-in-law, Leslie. I think we've handled a lot of things here. Renato, we wish you the best.
Yes.
Safe travels, my friend. We know you love airplane rides, so you'll be crazy for the airplane.
I think hopefully the World Cup will be enough to make his anxiety a little bit less intense.
Oh, and that and a few airport beers.
And Ativan, let's be honest.
Well, not for an hour and a half flight.
Well, as long as I'm not with you, I don't care if you stop the plane.
Yeah, whatever. I don't care if you see somebody churning butter on the wing.
You literally, a colonial woman is churning butter on the wing. That's him on a plane. No joke. That bridesmaid scene. Oh my God.
I'm glad you'll be with your people and you can all look down at the rest of us who don't know soccer as well as you.
Well, you still have time to catch up.
Keep in mind, he was a coach.
I was a coach. But I never called the outfit a kit. I never called the field a pitch.
I
never called it the counter
attack. It's a match, not a game.
And not a match. And I never said nil. There's something about nil that gets on my nerves.
I honestly, I don't feel the same way you do about this. I think that you just don't, you don't feel like you're a part of it, and it is hard for you.
But I loved...
You loved watching the game.
Wrexham, too. What's it called?
Welcome to Wrexham.
Welcome to Wrexham.
Yeah. And Ted Lasso.
I loved them both.
Football is life.
Wrexham, I hardly even know them.
Sure.
Thanks to Crystal Glass, Londonderry Dodge, Cook County Saloon and Steakhouse, Mother Doe, Bread Co., and Altec, and also the great folks at Green Drop for bringing you the show today. So you didn't have to pay.
70 cents. Maybe next week.
Even when we got nothing to talk about, there's nowhere I'd rather be, 'cause there's something about you and me just sitting around talking Scheetz.